today I'm going to show you how to do a dead bug. If you haven't already looked at my video on the pelvic tilt, it's worth having a quick look to understand what that means, but I will go through it with today's exercise. I'm going to start off by showing you a dead bug as it's meant to be, and then I will break it down and explain to you what you're going to be feeling and the control elements of it, and also the benefits of doing dead bugs. So a dead bug looks like this. Like that. It is a great exercise to help you strengthen your core and to help strengthen and stabilize your anterior core in particular. So the reason this is important, and I know we're often talking about, oh, we need core stability and we need this, and we don't really understand why this is so important. The reason this is important, well, there are many reasons, but I would say that the main reason is to prevent injury and to allow you to have efficient transfer of force between your upper body and your lower body. So if your core is stable and it's not moving around, jigging around, then you can really transfer force from the bottom to the top or top to bottom without causing any injury in your back, lower back, spine, and whatever else. And obviously, together with this whole injury thing, is that if you're stable in your anterior core, then you are able to control the back flexion, and so you can avoid getting lower back injury. There's also other advantages, such as actually getting more function and power, I guess, from your lower limbs if you're a runner or a cyclist or do any other of those kind of sports. So there are a lot of benefits and reasons as to why you would want to strengthen your anterior core. And there are exercises that people are a bit bored of doing. They don't really enjoy doing so much at the gym because they're just a bit tedious, but they are really important. This is where you get your control, this is where you get your stability, and this is it's the starting point. So it's the I guess it's the structure of your house. It's the building blocks. All right. So enough talking. Let me just show you how it's done. So over here, my number one goal is going to be to make sure that I maintain my posterior tilt. So I'm not going to let my hips roll that way as I take my leg out. So over here, I'm just going to do my legs to begin with. My starting position in my legs is 90 degrees. All right? And I'm going to take one leg out at a time. And as I take my leg out, I am not letting this happen. As you can see here, that is definitely a big no-no. I want to bring my belly button in and keep that pelvis in. So that's the first thing, the most important rule. And if the camera was closer, you would see that I am actually shaking when I'm doing that. The second thing, once you've got that, before I say the second thing, you want to make sure that your pelvis is here and not rotating. This does mean that if it's the first time you're doing it, this may be enough. Okay? There is no need for you to go all the way down if the consequence of going all the way down is to rotate here, because then you've missed the point of the exercise. The exercise is to have control of that pelvis and to strengthen your core so that you're keeping that pelvis under control. So I'd much rather see you do this than that. All right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is the other leg. That is important because that is part of the control element. So what I mean by that is I don't want this to happen. All right? So you see how it's not a bicycle? I want this leg not to move as I take this one out. And then I want this leg not to move as I take this one out. You can see how much I am shaking when I do that. Okay? Number three, third one, is I want you to think about pushing away with your heels. So your feet are flexed and you're pushing away that way. So it's not so much dropping down, it is I am lengthening pushing away with my heel and then back. And I am lengthening here and then back. So as you can see, the dead bug has actually a lot of things that you need to think about to perform such a simple exercise. Once you have this under control, then you can start introducing your arms. So over here, my starting position, I am already working hard, guys, in my starting position because I am tucking that pelvis in. My arms are, and I'm going to go for opposite arm and legs. And same rule as with the legs, my arm that doesn't move, doesn't move. It doesn't come inwards like that. This is up, doesn't move. This is up, doesn't move, okay? So I'm over here, I'm going to take out opposite arms and legs, and the other two, they don't move. And back. And back. You'll notice that when you do it this way, it is really quite a lot harder than if you're not thinking about that core, if you're not thinking about your legs not moving, if you're not thinking about pushing away with your heel. So it might be that in the beginning, you can only do about 4, and that's okay. I'd rather you take your time, do just a few, take a little break, reset things, make sure that you understand why you're doing the exercise and you understand how it needs to be done. Because, you know, I could sit here all day if I'm not really engaging things. Could do like 100 of these, but then I'm not really working what I need to be working. And on top of that, I might hurt myself in my lower back because I'm letting too much pressure come onto the lower back. So, as a summary, as usual, I speak too much. Make sure that your pelvis is tucked in when you're doing your dead bug. Make sure you take your time. You don't need to go fast for this exercise. And think about your range. You do not have to bring your feet all the way to the bottom. You can start with your feet a little bit higher until you get comfortable and you've got it properly. And then you can start taking the range up. It does help to video yourself a little bit to see where your arms and your legs are and to see your pelvis, whether it's rotating or not. I would suggest if you're going to video, maybe do it without a t-shirt so you can see what's happening to your pelvis. You know, you don't have to share it with anybody. It's for you to see how you're doing. Anyways, enough of that. I hope you enjoyed the dead bug and see you soon.